everyone. It's Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Obi Ajilo Olabisi Ugbo, and as usual, I have the amazing ladies of Your View. Nima Akashat-Zibiri, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. Oh.
What's going on?
What a working weekend. I attended Agribusiness Summit on Saturday. I got on past 4. I continue to be a daughter, a wife, a mother.
Everything.
And then on Sunday, I started as a mother and then a daughter.
Oh, no.
And by the time I got home, it was almost 7. I'm tired. I wanted a restful weekend, but it was impossible because of the many things I had to do.
Okay.
I'm grateful to God we were able to achieve.
Yeah.
And we're back on to the grind on Monday.
Well, we need your energy. Yeah. If you just go home, hope you're not going to the office after here.
I have
you
to.
have to. Wow. Well, it's not easy.
The backlog is much.
Miriam Longe, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. I thought you were going to say Miriam Akashat-Zibiri.
No way.
There is one. There's one.
You have a niece,
Miriam
Miriam.
Akashat.
Anyways, my weekend was good. I was able to hang out with a friend I haven't seen in a while, so that was really good to catch up. You know, I have like younger ones who are finding their way now. You know, they're moving to their own homes. They're, you know, and it gives me so much pride to see them stepping out and being independent. They're not my children, but it just feels good that you see someone just move from one stage to the other, especially in times when it's so difficult for young people, you know. Not just financially, just mentally, and they are constantly besieged by all sorts of images and competition, you know.
Social media,
and then when you have someone who has sort of kept themselves, you know, kept their head low during this time, it just feels so proud. Honestly, if you have a child or a ward, you're a guardian to anyone who is just keeping it strong at this time, not in the news or you know, doing one thing or the other, that has caused many families to go to be really sad. If you have someone who's doing well, who is being good,
a young
just be
person
grateful.
that's focused.
Yes, it's not always about how much money that they're making. You know, that one will come, but that you have someone whose
head is still on their shoulder.
Good person, character-wise,
Yeah.
you have a lot to be
It's
grateful
amazing,
for.
yeah. I have, talking about that, I have this friend of mine whose daughter just finished NYSC and she's got a job. She studied software engineering, and she's been in my house. So because of the office is close to the house, she is so well behaved. Anytime I see the mother, I'm like, you've raised a fine young woman. She does not think about the cares of the world. She's focused on her work. She comes by. Anytime she says, you carry my shoe, I'm like, hey, God, oh. So you've gotten to this level. We still have young people who are well behaved, who have good character. We should focus on that. My weekend was great. I went to the spa on Friday. On Saturday, I went swimming. I'm trying to reactivate my life again. All through last year, I couldn't swim. I couldn't play tennis. I couldn't do anything because I was struggling to get my business and work together. But this year I told myself that just start so that you don't miss it again like last year. So I started the swimming this week. I'll be doing like 3 times a week or 2 times a week as I can, and just see how that goes.
Yay!
Let's take a short break now. When we come back, we take the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. Major headline, tax laws, House of Reps rejects Minority Caucus report. Cash digital payments must coexist, says NIBSS. Bank's valuation rises to 17 trillion on recapitalization. Oyo rolls out statewide activities to mark 50th anniversary. Heirs holding appoints 2 non-EDs to boost corporate governance. Kano Governor Yusuf picks APC card today. How Lagos is battling widespread refuse mess. States got 6.73 trillion from Federation accounts in 11 months. Petrol, diesel, LPG prices will continue to crash. Dogara, Okiro, Amosun, Oke, Tinubu. What stories do we have in The Nation?
Okay, so our Senate resumes their holiday, their recess for the Christmas and New Year break today. Not a very long break. But upon resumption today, according to The Nation and one undisclosed witness or disclosed source, he says that the Senate will be looking at 3 priority things today if they do sit. Although they're saying that they will just, suspend sitting again right after resumption in honor of Senator Godiya Akwashiki, who passed during the recess. And then when they come back the day after, they will be looking at the report of the Senate Ad hoc Committee on Review of the 1999 Constitution as amended. They will be looking at the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and the consideration of the passage of this year's budget that we are in. They spoke in confidence to the Nation, and those are the details that we'll be looking at. Okay. Hopefully, we'll start to see more activity as soon as.
I have this special feature, is how Lagos is battling waste. So it says in Lagos State, the refuse crisis has spilled into the heart of everyday life, transforming roadsides, markets, and bus stops into informal dump sites. Beyond the stench and visual blight lies a growing public health threat, as uncollected waste breeds disease, contaminates water, and clogs drainage, turning what seems like a sanitation lapse into a warning that the city's growth is outpacing its capacity to protect lives. And it's a very long read. Okay. I mean, it's like 2-3 pages. But in summary, it mentions some of the places that, you go and you just see a pile of rubbish. There's on Agege Motor Road in Oshodi, near the Iyana Brown bus stop. They say a massive pile of trash occupies almost half a lane. Black plastic bags, rotten food, empty bottles, discarded packaging. And all that has formed a putrid mound that greets, anyone entering Lagos. Then there's in Aja, in the east to Idioro, in Mushin, from Ikotu Market to Megida bus stop in Ayobo. So, just different places. You just see heaps and heaps of rubbish everywhere. The Loma head, is speaking, has added his voice to this. He says that, he just explains how waste collection is done here in Lagos. He says we have the PSPs, they're supposed to do this, but a lot of this has to do with behavioral reasons, much more than it is just operational.
I beg to disagree.
I think it's both. Yeah. Definitely both. But also, if you have a system that works, it would make up for, because we have had previous governments that have seemed to have been able to handle this. But he may say we have maybe more people in Lagos as of today as compared to the previous administration. But I just feel that there's something that can be done, and just living and just blaming behavioral changes is not enough.
So we're arguing right now on the estate group, because everybody has their waste uncollected for 2 weeks now. I went to my sister's house yesterday. House was spilling over outside. So, and in fact, if you drive through Ojota, you see that the dump site, you have trucks up to 50 packed outside, fully loaded. They've not emptied. So the dump sites
They don't
are
have
full.
places to put
The dump site in the Sherry is full. That's the state of emergency. Find another dump site and compel the trucks to that dump site.
And find a way to
because
use
they are full, they are not
refuse.
emptying, and so they can't come back to to lift.
pack up. Yeah. So it's
So
a
find a way
mixture
to
of both.
convert the refuse,
If you have to increase
You
it,
don't
but
have
compel
space,
the emptying of the at a new dump site. If dump site is the only solution.
No, dump sites cannot be the only solution. Let's go to
Yeah, so I have the story on petrol prices and diesel. The boss, the chief executive officer, CEO of the NMDPRA, that's the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, was speaking in Rivers State at the he was speaking at the Ogbele community of the Auda East local government. He was at this event, Aradel Holdings, and he said that the price of petrol, diesel and LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, will continue to go down as long as there's competition. That we've seen the impact of competition with petrol prices going from 1,000 naira to 800 naira across the country, and it will continue to happen because there's sustained investment because of the deregulation, because of the subsidy removal. That has ensured that there's more private investors coming in, that Nigeria is looking beyond even just satisfying local needs, even though local need is number one of what we are going to do. But Nigeria is looking towards exporting petrol and all these products outside, serving Africa, Europe, and even Americas. Very impressive. Then he mentioned the fact that so far they are foreseeing investments of about $30 billion to $50 billion coming into the midstream petroleum sector, and that would increase the ease of access to these products in Nigeria and provide exports for Nigeria as well. Looks good. Really, really looks good.
Let's take a short break now. When we come back, the paper reviews continue. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Whenever man pikin gets pain for back, I dey collect 2 tablets of Panadol Extra sharp for make tough pain comot sharp. Like pain for head, teeth, muscle, and pain don finally comot for my body oh. Try Panadol Extra.
Win up to 5 million naira and other exciting prizes in the Golden Morn Golden Hunt promo. Buy any 30 gram or 45 gram promo pack. Look inside for a unique code. Dial *8011*1#. Follow the prompts to enter your unique code to win big. Promo ends April 15th, 2026. Golden Morn. Make every day go.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going. It's E-Splash.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement.
2 voices, 2 views, standing apart.
Or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect.
Sound, are you ready?
And the other close it with fire. 2 perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree to understand?
3, 2, 1, we are live.
This is the big...
Welcome back. We're still reviewing the papers. Moving on now to The Punch. Major headline, Kano earthquake as Yusuf dumps opposition for APC. U.S. exports to Nigeria jump 60% amid Trump tariff. Discos reject federal government's free meter plan. Police Smart invests $60 million in Nigeria's largest recycling plant. Inflation erases 2.8 trillion from workers' pay in 1 year. NDLEA naps Brazilian lady with 3 billion heroin at Abuja airport. Minority caucus house clash over tax law probe. Suspected kidnappers kill police inspector during rescue operation in Oyo. Tinubu shell in high-level talks over 20 billion Nigeria investment. So I have the suspected kidnappers. The Oyo State Police Command on Sunday confirmed the killing of a police inspector while a team of police officers were trying to rescue a kidnapped victim, Harun Olawal, at Olorunda village, Ojombodu, in the Oyo West local government area of the state. So a statement released by the state police public relations officer, Olayinka, said the assailant abducted Lawal and escaped with his motorcycle to an unknown location. He also added that the kidnapped victim, Lawal, also sustained a head injury during the attack. He went ahead to explain that the victim was quickly rushed to the general hospital in Oyo town, where he was currently receiving appropriate medical attention. According to the PPRO, he said the command received a distress call from Alimot, that's a female, of Ojombodu area, reporting that suspected kidnappers armed with dangerous weapons had invaded the brothers' residence. The command said, informing the public now that there was a successful rescue of the kidnapped victim following a swift and coordinated response of police operatives. But at the end of the day, they lost, 2 police officers to this one. It's just a painful story that the people who are there to protect us still lose their lives. And this is one of the ways that we have to keep appreciating the police, making sure that their lives are better, welfare package is good for them, risking your life to do that kind of a job is something we must not take lightly.
It's a huge
yes,
price.
It is.
I wanted to take the discourse. So the Minister for Power was announcing the Matapapa during the newly imported smart meter at the inspection, on-site inspection of the newly imported smart meters at the APM terminals in Apapa. He said that the meters were procured under the World Bank-funded Distribution Sector Recovery Program. Therefore, said I want to mention that it is unprecedented and that these meters are to be installed and distributed to consumers for free. Is that one that caused the wahala now? Because right now, discos are disagreeing. They are saying, although not authoritatively, they are just disagreeing behind, whispering behind, that these meters and their installation will be paid for by the discos within a period of 10 years. The installation fee is what they are disputing, that is being placed on them. He said, discos cannot be the ones paying for installation, wondering why government wants them to bear the cost of installation. They're insisting that consumers must pay for that. Yeah. So whether minister said this at all, just as the anonymous person that was talking to the Punch said it's a sensitive matter, he said he only made a political statement. It is a fact that you pay. When they come to your house to install, they will ask you for tip fare in the guys, you pay. When they install, you do not tip. They will switch meter boxes across flats.
Wow.
There's nothing they cannot do. Right now, I'm settling one between 2 tenants in the client's property. Who owns meter box? Crazy. Because the thing is running out. They can't recharge. But then, the discos are saying these free meters are to be paid for. And that's where I want the minister to do a lot on enforcement. It is huge when you intervene. A residence meter had gone up to 150,000 from about 65,000 in the previous years. Inflation, and a lot of consumers are complaining on that cost. So if you must, since you have intervened like this, ensure that nobody is cheated out of there.
Okay. I have the NDLEA story. So operatives of NDLEA have intercepted a 30-year-old Brazilian woman, Ingrid Benavides, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. She was found with a little over 30 kilograms of heroin concealed in factory-sealed coffee packs and is valued at over 3 billion naira. They say she's a private security officer in Brazil. She was arrested 23rd of January, that's a Friday. She had arrived Abuja aboard Qatar Airways. And then following, they said, intelligence, she was searched. her 2 checked-in bags revealed 21 factory-sealed packs of Brazilian coffee. Then, upon inspection, they found that it contained white substances that was later tested for heroin. She claimed she brought the illicit drugs into Nigeria under the guise of visiting the country for holidays. So what it is that you see coffee bags, but when you open the bags, what you actually find is heroin. Oh, wow. I just want to believe that for her to have had the confidence and audacity, there must have been things she thought they had been in place, or probably she's had this trips a few times before today, because to just have them in your checked-in bags, that's quite audacious. Yeah. But thank you to NDLEA for accepting this one. Yeah.
All right, so I'll take the story of inflation erasing 2.8 trillion naira between 2024 and 2025. Actually, from 2023 to 2024, the worker salary has increased by 18%. That's why using average costs of worker salary. But because of inflation, that cost is not impacting on people. Like it is totally, people are earning more money, but the value of the money has dropped. Now, we all feel it, but this is data showing it. According to data from the Central Bank of Nigeria, they said that we are earning more, many Nigerians are earning more money. However, the value of what can be done with that money has sharply reduced by 9%. The general inflation, the highest ever recorded within the country, they said that it started 2024 at 29%, ended by December at 34.8%. That what is important in terms of wages and salary is the real value of the money. So you can have more money, but what is the value of the money? That what people are taking home, there's no disposable income in the take home, because what you can do with that money has shrunk significantly, even though the money itself has increased in value.
Okay. Moving on now to the Daily Sun. Major headline, again, Makinde hits federal government hard. Says people no longer free to speak truth to power, hails past administration. Shell CEO explains investment of $20 billion US. Ripples in reps over minority caucus report on alteration of tax laws. 22 Kanu lawmakers resigned from NNPP as Yusuf rejoins APC today. Rivers South-South women group begs Tinubu to wade into political crisis. Bandits abduct 6 in fresh Kajuru attack. I did not see any tick here.
No, we took the Kanu story.
Okay.
I ticked it, isn't it?
No, you didn't tick it, but go ahead, please.
So,
I just realized.
Of course, Kanu State Governor is moving to the APC. According to him, he says he's rejoining the APC. But he's not just moving. He's moving with 22 lawmakers from the Kanu State House of Assembly, 8 members of the House of Representatives, and the 44 local government chairmen from Kanu State are also moving with him. He's expected to also launch the APC e-registration exercise in the state ahead of his defection. And he still claims to have Kanu agenda, placing it above any personal or group's interest. So, Kanu people, I hope that this is true for their own interest, for the best interest.
Our final paper today, likely, Vanguard, major headline, $11 billion US lost to skills shortage as tech sector outgrows workforce. Tax laws, you can't speak truth to power under Tinubu's government. This is Makinde, Reps disown minority caucus interim report on tax laws. Again, bandits abduct 6 Kajuru residents. While we are keen to invest $20 billion US in Nigeria, that's the Shell CEO saying. 2026 UTME, JAM cancels concession for albinos. God will rewrite Iwere's story, that's Olu of Warri. Lagos to recover unpaid taxes through banks, employers, and others, LIRS. And Kajuru, Olawe Hashim accuses 5th columnist in government, some security operatives of complicity in security. And finally, police intercepts truckload of 40 bags of explosives in Oyo. What do we have in the Vanguard?
Okay, how are you? Okay, go on,
yeah, registration for 2026 UTME begins, and the board has cancelled special concession and registration for people with albinism. They said because people have been using the same to perpetrate malpractice. Wow. They also said that and that there are some schools who claim to be secular schools, and then they later bring forth some religious rules. They register as if they're secular schools, but later come across, start listing out some rules that say that they are religious schools. So this, the board is saying from the get-go we need to know. For the albinism, they said that because of the special concessions, people are now using artificial intelligence to manipulate the registration process so that they look like they are albinos.
Wow.
And he said that last year alone they had over 7,000 people who claimed to be albinos. And so they have stopped the special registration procedures. Here, I didn't get what exactly the concessions, the specific concessions albinos get for people to be pretending to be albinos. Then he also mentioned that for those, that there's some students who are already in school and in university and they come to write JAM again, that it's important that you state that you're trying to change your course or something instead of a fresh student. I mentioned a particular student who last year got the highest score, was already a 300 level student in the university when they did their research, found out that he was already in 300 level. So these are the things that you have to state before exams are written. So obviously, JAM is sitting down, making sure that some of the loopholes that have been revealed in previous exams will be closed before the next
special nature of the site of an albino might, you know.
Then they give them ease of registration and exam.
So,
go ahead.
The Oyo State Police Command, through the public relations officer of Oyo State Police Command, Alayade Olayinka, disclosed that they were able to intercept, during stop and search, a truck fully loaded with 42 suspected explosive materials, and they've taken them into custody as well as the driver. And they've also brought in the specialized personnel from the Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit and the Chemical, Biological, Radiological and Nuclear Unit. They have been deployed to secure the items and conduct forensic examination. He also used the opportunity to quickly calm the nerves of the citizens that everything is under control. They just want to determine the exact nature of these explosives, and you know, basically they are on top of things. And
thank you so much, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we'll move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy.
Hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise,
rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
It they gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit in no fit scatter.
Hope now that pikin where they read ABCD
and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope now the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her.
Naija, your freedom na promise.
Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. Wike'S, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and Wike'S. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for quick cash? Scan the barcode on your screen and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Quick Cash, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
or an argument.
A battle to win, to prove, or to conquer.
Both are born from differences. One can open the door to respect,
Sound, are you ready?
and the other close it with fire. Two perspectives, but one big issue.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good to go. So do we argue to fight or disagree?
Thanks for staying with us. For days now, one topic that has refused to leave the national conversation is begging. From Lagos to Kano and some parts of the southeast, Nigerians are asking hard questions about what begging has become in this country. On social media, many argue that it is no longer just about poverty, but about greed and entitlement. There are stories of well-meaning Nigerians helping people off the streets only to see them return days later. Others are even alleging that there are organized groups, cartels behind street begging with leaders, associations, and state chapters. What was once seen as a cry for help is now being viewed by many as a system. This morning, we ask, is begging in Nigeria still about survival, or has it become a business and a national emergency? What are your thoughts, ladies? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016-352013 or 09024163440 or Twitter us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Sisters of the Lord. So,
fellow
this
sisters
weekend,
of Nigeria,
I saw videos all across social media, different videos. I think it was like a battle of videos because some people posted from the southwest. Others said, no, it's not only southwest this happens. So they went straight to the east, they posted. Others said, no, it's not only east, though. They went to the north. So it's apparent that begging is rife across the country. It's not just in one part. You know, we usually see one part more and we assume that it's only people from the north that beg. Now we're seeing that even in the east, even in the west, everywhere, people are begging. And I want to ask a question. I know that before, begging was tied to either disability, old age, religious almsgiving, displacement. I want to know, at what point did we move from communal safety, something that started as a way of supporting people, to what we now call street economy? At what point did that move? And what do you think could have created this? Because it was not like this before. We understood begging for what it was before. But right now, it's becoming a serious business. What systems or policies or lack of policies do you think could have created this? Two questions in one. My sisters.
begging is the economy of begging. I think that's the way to discuss what we're discussing, the economy of begging, because begging has become a business. It's always been, but some people have discovered how profitable a business begging is, and now they've turned it into their full-time career. That's one side. But on the other side is there is a lot of hardship in the country, and there are many people that are finding it very, 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 very difficult to make ends meet. And begging has become the only way for them to the crisis. We also do not have government intervention to support those that are in such hard, critical places. So while there's the economy of begging that is very profitable for people, because I might work very hard in a day and probably I make 20K, and the people running around selling bottled water in traffic probably make 20K, and someone begging can make 50K in one day. So it becomes a profitable business. It's like the same way a lot of people left their handy work of mechanic or welder to become Okada riders when that thing, like, it was a mass movement because it was easier and it was more profitable. There's an economy of begging, but there's also the reality of hardship. And while it will be good on social media, they're talking about the economy of begging, I don't think we're paying enough attention to the reality of hardship that many Nigerians are going through. What's the economy of the beggar? A beggar that is sleeping on the street. So what money are they really making that is so profitable that they sleep there? 3 children. If they are making that money, then they would have been able to upgrade their life. So that's my own, that there might be, we need to handle both sides and discuss on both sides. So I can talk about the fact that there are ringleaders, places where they live, they show up in the morning, go to bed at night, who is providing the accommodation, who is bringing them in, who is ensuring they're protected, that when they take them off the street, ensures they still come back to that same bus stop where they are making money. While we discuss that part, let's discuss what is the government doing to support these people that they are permanently off the streets in a place that ensures they don't have any reason to go back there. Until we're able to provide both sides, we are probably going to only be dealing with one half of the story and not the other side. But
the question is, when did it become what we use as a tool to help those who were in a disadvantaged position or the vulnerable, and now it's become like a widespread culture. Everyone is jumping on it. I think, like I cannot put my finger on when exactly, but I can tell, you know, that there has been a shift over time. Growing up in the North, it was something that you would see. But you knew that these people were people that needed to be helped. These were the most vulnerable people. It made you feel like helping them, you know, it just made you feel like, I wish I could do more for them. You could see the state that they were in, you know, and you just wanted to do more for them. And it was just even beyond the coins that you drop in there. Sometimes food is given to them. You know, you knew that you were helping a group of people, and you prayed for them to get out of the condition that had brought them there. And also there was a sense of, let me say, some sort of shame if you found yourself that you had gotten to the point where you would have to rely on people to give you arms in order to, you know, sustain yourself. But I would say that I noticed over time that this was changing when we started understanding that people were making money from this, where we started seeing people who looked like they could do something with their hands, that were able-bodied, but they would rather just sit down and beg. And then I noticed as well that, you know, as easy as it is to say, oh, is this people, they figured out that begging makes money, is that I noticed for those who gave the alms, that you would have someone come to you to wipe your car. You'd send that person away. Those, you know, they'll come to wipe your car, clean or do something for you. You send them away, and then you take the money and give the person who's sitting down, not doing anything. So it's almost like we to encourage the culture and enable the culture of, you know, begging. I also remember a particular time, this was my NYC in Ebonyi, and we were giving out some things as coppers, right? And some people were begging, you know, it was even straws. We had given out the soft drinks and then we were handing out straws. And some people were begging for the straws. This particular boy said, what is this straws? What do you think it's for? Because we had gone into a very local community. And they didn't know what the straws were for. So why are you begging? He said, if everybody's getting something for free, why shouldn't I get something for free? You know, so I started understanding that we are a people that feel that as long, see, go and get that thing for free. That means you're smart. Yes, once it's free, we go there. And then also for those of us that give it, we're enabling and encouraging it. So I've seen that move. Then the final one I think happened recently when they said that American streamer came and people were talking about how Nigerians were begging him. Oh, God. So is that chairman, whatever, you know, for us it's not a culture. It's okay to just see somebody we think that person has and then we beg them for money. We're constantly looking for that helper. So who you know, who is the person that encouraged it? What sort of teaching in our homes did we do to encourage this? I, for one, I believe that religion has played a great part in enabling that begging, because there's a blessing that comes with giving alms, but it's really giving alms to the poor, for those who deserve it, not people who are lying to be poor. Do you understand? And then that one of hailing people, hey, my bros, Oga, there's no shame again. Chairman. There's no shame again that, you know, you have to beg for something. There's no dignity in working hard for yourself and being content with what you have, because that's another thing. It's also materialism. It's wanting much more than you are able to do for yourself. You want a lot more. I have one, but I want 5 more. So you go out and you keep collecting from people, and then you're happy. And it is because we've also made what we own more important than our character, than the hard work. So if someone shows you, I've got 5 cups, how he got it is none of your business, but the person has. So people will steal, beg, kill for what they want. So that is why I feel that we're where we are today with this begging.
I'm touched a lot of things. So let's talk about enablers. Because I'm from the religion that, you know, preaches sadaka, giving, and I've seen the abuses. Personally, don't clean my car in traffic, I will not answer you. And don't knock my window in traffic, I will not answer you. Because I have seen how damaging we have, you know, this giving culture has led some people to, as you know, the consequence of it on society. We no longer protect children. In most of our urban cities, children are victims of, you know, begging, where parents do not mind their children being exploited. They push them out. As young, if you go to Abule Ado now, the airports, they open a shopping something now, Abule Ado. All the eateries are at Abule Ado, so left, right of Abule Ado bus stop, you have eateries. But I don't find it enjoyable to eat there, because you can't walk in or walk out freely. You can't even do a takeaway pack for a family. As you are going out, they'll be intense and undressed running after you, insisting to be helped. And they are vulnerable children. At the risk of being hit by cars, they run with you to wherever you're going. They run after you. And so that exploitation of children, we no longer look at it. It is a must that you who is giving also know that you're giving only to somebody you know would really help themselves. This is a system. I have discovered that long ago. I used to say it early in the days, where a mother of one of our family friends was brought in from Kebbi. She thought she was coming to see her daughter. But her friend was saying, I will take you to see your daughter, brought her to Lagos. She ended up somewhere in Yaba, Ibutemeta area, and she was compelled to beg and submit what she was getting. It took them a while to find her. So it's a system. The abuse of that is something else that, you know, a full day's topic we cannot talk about. But my religion encourages giving. The system of that giving is what we must talk about. There are systems now, there are places now, there are Nasaz and Sadaka Foundation, there's Zakat and Sadaka Foundation, there are plenty foundations that look for, there's Mama Reef, there's one I work with closely in Amu, and they look for only vulnerable people. They can help establish them in business, so you're not on the streets asking every day. When you are stable, you too can give. You know, there are several other foundations that Muslims must give to, but you see that tradition of giving on the streets, it has to end. You know, and this prescribed form of giving, it has to be a blind person. So those things have encouraged, and they create that business. There are places where young people, children are, you know, abducted and injured to fit into a particular kind of,
so they can beg.
Of begging prescription, so that when they say find blinded, they don't remove your eye. You know, that's how far damaging it's been. And so we must now, as givers, try not to be enablers.
Amazing. Well done, ladies. Like this is like, I feel like we're in a symposium.
Yes.
Talking about this. But let's take a short break here. When we come back, we'll take a deeper dive into the topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot can for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash.
every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silenced.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow. Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping. Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba. Hope they waka with us for downfall.
It dey gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her. Naija, your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. Wike'S, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments, just quick questions, quick moves, and Wike'S.
It's story of a man who was passing. There's this particular man that he would pass and drop money. He was a beggar. In Lagos here, it happened in Lagos, Oshodi area. He would drop money, he would drop money, he would drop money. So at some point, he needed a house. So he was going to rent an apartment. And by the time he got to the house that they picked for him to rent, he found that the beggar was the landlord.
But
he was in the papers at the time. Yes, he was in the papers. It happened in Lagos. I'm sure many of our callers may have seen this sort of story. Please do call in and tell us if you have. In Lagos here, Oshodi area. And he was shocked. And so he started screaming and held the man. You know, so he explained that begging, he's been in Lagos suffering, he couldn't do anything, so he decided to start begging.
And it became so profitable.
So he that was not his only house in Lagos. Okay. He has built other houses. So sometimes you think that these people, that's why you see a lot of people coming to help them, and before you realize it, they are back there because it's easy money, it's cheap money. Some people go to them. We've heard stories of people going to them to collect money from them, collect the money they have gathered from innocent citizens who have decided to help them as change and give them cash. We've heard things like that politicians do that for different things. We've heard such stories. So my question now is, now that we've realized that this is more like an organized network, should we still be treating it as a social welfare issue or as an organized exploitation and economic crime? How do we handle this going forward?
Nima mentioned something that I'd heard the story before, and I really, when I saw the topic, I wanted us to get there, and I was so happy she mentioned it. The fact that there are many beggars we see in cities who are actually kidnapped, who are actually being trafficked. There's a human trafficking aspect to this, where people with disabilities are told that they are taking them to a place where they would be comfortable, and you know the parents are also struggling, so they release these people. There is a human trafficking element that must be dealt with, and so your question alludes to it, and Nima also had mentioned it, that there is a criminal aspect of this. Yes, human trafficking, 100% exploitation of the vulnerable. I was shocked about the harming people. I've never heard of that one before, that some people can actually deliberately hurt someone to fit into the prototype. I've seen the ones where they fake it. Somebody would wrap their hand to make it look like their hand is broken. I've seen the ones where they put maybe tomato paste or wine to make it look like they are bleeding.
So, let me pause you a bit. I'll take Johnson from K2 and I'll come back to you. Johnson, are you there?
Oh, we lost the call.
Johnson, yeah.
But I had not seen that somebody would actually deliberately hurt another person just so that they can carry out their economy of begging business. So when you ask the question the way you asked it, obviously it will come to the office of the government. It will come to the office of the structure, the system, to ensure that nobody gets exploited. Even those that are doing it as individual business and nobody is using them, is still exploiting the generosity of Nigerians. And there's a sad part to this, that many Nigerians who are organically very, very generous people are now becoming a bit not as generous as before, because they've seen this as a business, and so those that genuinely need help are not getting the help because other people have turned it into business. Yes, the system needs to step in, especially regarding human trafficking. We have a lot of it in Lagos where I see they show up at some specific bus, but I don't even want to just start calling names. You see them, they are not there at night. So there's somewhere they are sleeping, and there's somewhere they show up in the morning, the bus drops them off, I've been told. And so it's an investigation to find who is exploiting these people. And not just that we think we can just dismantle the ring, because the problem will still remain. There's a problem that has led to people feeling this person is providing accommodation for me. Some are willing participants, like the Stockholm Syndrome. I know that I'm gathering money, I give this person 50% of the money, but at least I have 50%, which ensures I'm able to eat. Yeah. So there's that's part of it that we must look into as well. I remember we interviewed one of our former governor or former deputy governor, and I was asking about this, and he was telling me that they have ringleaders, they have leaders that carry out this activity. That when we say that beggars become robbers, that was my question. He said, how come beggars are now robbing? He said, no, if you find out a beggar is robbing, we know who we talk to that would find the beggar that robbed and release what was stolen because they have where they are. So the system can solve it, but the system will tell you they are handicapped. It's a tough place to be at, you know, and I don't know if we can actually find a sizable solution, even though we suggest, will the government implement it? Because that's to be willing governments to implement it.
Okay.
So there are people who you see on the streets begging for one ailment, with one ailment or the other, or one disability or the other. And sometimes you know that it just takes a trip to the hospital. It will not cost so much to have the person, you know, get the proper treatment and do better. But I have heard...
Let's take Paul so I can hear your full thoughts. Paul, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Thank you.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead, you're live.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. How are you? I'm very glad to see you. I enjoy your program every day. Thank you.
Thank you.
And concerning what you are talking about the begging culture, in fact, I don't know how we can curb that pedestrian in Nigeria now. Even in this our area in the Ogun State here in Sango, some of them, they hire shares. And they are confident that they are going to pay for those money at the end of the day because they are going to make it. So, and again, there's one man I know in my field sometime. He was begging, if you give me 15 naira, I say, don't give 15 naira because he normally goes to my airport. They give him dollars, and I say, we give him small money. He say, no, thank you. And it's a crippled man. So, those kind of life. And again, there was one also in the north, when I was in the north. This man have house. He has house, has children. But we asked, why are you begging? He said he likes begging because begging is a daily business, a daily something. Wow. He gets it daily. Then, you know, house rent he collects only once in a year. So that's why he gets used to that begging. And we're wondering. I say, so that kind of life. And also, I saw a friend giving something to a beggar. He put salt around. He said, why are you putting that in? He says, so these people now, if we give them, they'll go and use it for other things. And if you know, affect you. So that's why he put something like to crop whatever they want to use against him. So all those kind of life, I pray God, maybe it's the economy that is causing them, that God will help them, or help the government to settle this matter for them, because it's getting out of hand. The begging, even all these so-called you say they're begging money on the road everywhere. So it's a culture that...
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. Miriam.
Yes, so I was just talking about different categories and some of them that can be criminal. So definitely to handle this, you have to look at each situation in its own, you know, for its own uniqueness. It's not a blanket response to the begging. So I was talking of those who all they need is a proper treatment in the hospital and they'll get better. But I have heard people that work in hospitals have said that you have well-meaning Nigerians, bring these people, willing to pay for their treatments, but they would not show up. They will run away because it's for them, this is the only way they can make money. That disability is what they have to make money. So I feel that in situations like that, that sort of person can be handled differently from, you know, someone who is truly vulnerable and needs help. So that is someone who is deceiving people. That is, for me, that's a crime. If you can be treated and you have refused treatment, then don't go about asking people to help you because you have refused to be helped. There's some people that it is a, we've done those stories now of one particular story of a lady who helped a woman, I think with children, or were they twins, got her a house, gave her, and she still came out to beg. So in that case, you know,
psychology behind it.
Exactly. So in those situations, you deal with those sort of people differently. Then the people who use it for criminal activities as just a front to watch you, you deal with that differently. But the one concerning vulnerable, we're talking about all this behavior. That does not mean that there are no, we don't have Nigerians that need help. And that is where well-meaning Nigerians, civil service organizations, government agencies need to step in and do the right thing. There's nothing wrong with having food banks all around our, you know, 1 or 2 streets just lined up. I know that churches are doing that. I think some mosques are doing that as well. Places where people who are truly vulnerable need a place to either eat, have a bath, have to sleep. You know, those are some of the things that we need to do. Until we have done that as a people and as a government, really, I mean, we're just all being hypocrites when we're talking about this.
We have another caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So my name is KK from Lagos. I would like to say this is my mom's favorite show, and I actually love watching you guys. The topics are nice. And regarding this particular topic on begging, I will say it is actually a cartel. There's actually a cartel behind the begging in Nigeria. A cartel behind begging in Nigeria, I would say, because I live around K2 area. I don't know, I don't know if people passing through K2 area knows there's this particular fair man. For more than a decade, this man has been begging. So to show you how long people could stay to keep begging, for more than a decade, 10 years, that particular road in K2, this guy has been begging. And there's also one that happens to CMS. People will come with, let's say, receipt. They'll say, I have my child is in the hospital days. Please give me money and all. This thing, you say, when we are talking about the Fulanis or the Hausas out there are trucks that come later in the evening around that K2 also to pick these people, take them, then bring them back. I think there is a place where these people are being, and there is a cartel behind this begging thing in Nigeria. So for us to deal with it, we have to deal with it from the root. I would just suggest.
Thank you so much. We'll be taking a short break now. When we come back, we'll find a way to finish up the topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to E-Splash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubril of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Helper.
I know that.
I go shoot for you.
You already know, guys. E-Splash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's E-Splash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
Our music and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest.
Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us, millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to
Welcome back. So still talking about begging. I was coming to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to say, our begging system stems from mostly religion and culture. And, we must do something about those platforms, particularly religion, controlling and regulating what should give, who to be given. And it's also important, because particularly Islamic culture that I've explained earlier supports sadaqah, also compels that you find it truly vulnerable in giving, so that you don't waste sadaqah. Go out and find those who are not exactly on the street. There's a saying of Prophet ﷺ that those who are not exactly on the street begging, but are really, really vulnerable. And I see the abuse of that in these new giveaway methods of influencers for visibility. It takes away shame and morality. That these are our self-regulators that will control us. No moderation, nothing. People will post their children. Somebody used to snap her son with cerebral palsy to me and put it online so that everybody queues there. And it's a form of business. And she's not stopped. Not even when there's a fully, structured system to take care of the boy. It's a game for the family, profitable for the family. And so they would continue to do that because social media has come now and made it even worse. Giving people platform, you attack celebrities, you go to them, you send them DMs, you send them the most vulnerable part of family.
Yeah.
You create the vulnerable part. If you go on Twitter, you see people posting their account numbers daily. Somebody will come and I have 100 million to give out. People will post their account details. People will come out and, no shame, no moderation again to control, because that's the only regulator we have personally. Since it's not a crime, and is it your account? Is it your begging? Is it all of those slangs are the things that you hear? Unlike when we were growing up, before you open up to somebody about your vulnerability, you go think twice. If you're truly in need, as we're on this table, it will be the last thing that, I would even tell anyone here that I was in need. So there's no control again. And so that new culture is what we must now find a way to regulate. We know it is a visibility strategy for influencers, but can government start from there? Because it's worse than what we see on the streets. It means that, somebody can get paid, and whether or not the person they are on that page, the following, they can be harmful, they can be tools, they can, and all of those things. It also happens the same way we see on the road.
As you're saying this, as Nima is saying this, what she said, nurses. They've seen abuse by maids. Maids taking care of children, using picture of the child that is under, like a child that is special needs, to beg online. Like not one, not two. That the maid takes pictures of the child and posts online for begging. This part of social media, we need to work on it.
Yeah, let me take a call and I'll come to you, Miriam. We have Ola from Kaduna. Good morning, Ola.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I am following this conversation and I just want to add this, that here in Kaduna, there's a place called Kano Street, Kaduna, where you have all the beggars. The beggars are there in front of a very big mosque. Now, when El-Rufai became governor, he made a law. I think he called that law Kaduna State Street Begging and Hawking Prohibition Law 2016. Under that law, it becomes an offense to beg and for children to hawk on the street. Anybody who is found wanting goes to jail for 3 months or 10,000 fine. But you know that El-Rufai now got all these beggars and sent them back to their various states where they came from.
Okay.
But before you know it, they came back in their numbers and protested in Government House. In fact, it was a very terrible day. And today now, if you go back, you see a lot of beggars in Kaduna on that same Kanu Road. Now, there's a law that prohibits that, but there is no enforcement. Government does not have the will to also enforce it. And there's something that one of you said. Oh, I know a beggar here in Kaduna that goes to pilgrimage every year. He has more than, at least I know about 2 to 3 of his houses. He's now a rich man, and he hasn't stopped. He's recruited his children. They will collect money from every angle, and then in the evening they come to submit to him. It should not continue. Government should put its foot on the ground and stop it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
While Nima was talking, she was talking about, you know, influencers and people. And I just remembered the Bible passage, I think that's Matthew 6:3, where it says, when you're giving in charity or to someone that needs it, do not let your left hand see what your right hand is doing. And you know, many times we've had conversations where we see people, when they're giving, they have like the cameras and everybody following them, showing the world what it is they're doing. And the conversations that usually come up is like, if I don't, I do it so that I can encourage other people to give, you know. And I'm wondering that the Bible that says you shouldn't do that, could it be because of the fallout that we're experiencing today? Because what we are also encouraging is that, you know, Nima, you mentioned how these numbers, the account numbers, and they're saying, is it your begging? Is it your, you know? So they now make you, the giver, even feel ashamed if you're unable to give enough or give as much as this person who gave last week. So the giving that we're really giving is not really about God. It's not really about charity. It's not really about, you know, from the goodness of our heart. It's to show off to each other what it is that we're doing. And what is the fruit of showing off? What is the fruit, which is part of materialism? What is the fruit of showing off? You are enabling people who have now made it a business and a system and a culture to milk you of your charity. So I know that we're going to call out beggars, we're going to call out government, but we need to also look inward to ourselves and see the part that we play. So when we give, and give in such a way that the world is looking, that the world can hail us, even the Bible says that is your reward, that they are hailing you and they're saying you are the big madam or the big oga, you have gotten your reward. You're not really doing it for God. And because we're doing it that way, I'm not calling out, like I'm calling us all out, you know. If you're doing it that way, then the fallout of having all these things, you should bear it. So if we're looking to see a change in culture, how do we change ourselves? Maybe when we give next time, we'll hide it as God has said, and then we know that we're doing it only for God to give us, you know, His blessings, and not for the world to hail us.
We have a caller, Tunde from Redemption Camp. Tunde, are you there? Hello, Tunde.
Hello, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Busy?
Sir?
Hello.
We can hear you. You're live.
Hello,
go ahead.
Yeah. You've added weight, and it looks good on you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it looks good on you.
Yeah.
I just want to comment. Fine. Happy New Year. I want to comment on this: the begging people. They are commercial and they are corporate beggars. No. Hello, are you with me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the commercial are the ones on the road that you are talking about. The corporate one are the online people that keep on begging, no?
Because they have smartphone.
So those are the ones, even if you send them 10K, they will tell you it's not enough, it's very small. So concerning the the commercial beggars, I know of a man, in Ibadan. He begs and he has built 3 houses and he has 3 wives. From this begging. Yeah. So I think those people these corporate beggars are the ones their own is too much. You see them online. Their headache, their mother is sick, their something is sick, their gas is finished, their everything is finished. Those ones they are even more than the commercial beggars. So I think you should deliberate on that corporate beggars. There are so many. You see them.
Thank you so
Ladies
much.
online.
Thank you so much. So, I wanted to say something while Miriam spoke. So there's this woman that reaches out to me from time to time, and she likes to share rice during Christmas period. She lives abroad. So she'll say, I know you have credibility, and I want to share this through you. However, I want you to post it. I want you to send me the videos. But they should not know that I'm the one. That's right. So I am the front of it. Now somebody has, we have done it, we did it last December. Some rice, they've not even finished picking up. Now I did it, I think 2 years ago and all of that. So anybody who sees this would think I'm the one showing off the rice that I am giving. But it was an instruction. And I will send as I do it, post it, I now send the link to her to say, these are the people who have picked up and all of that. So she just begs me to make sure that I select the people so that it gets to those who really need it. This year we did 20 bags, right? It was an instruction. Last year, rather. So if anybody looks at me, they will feel BC just wants to give rice and she wants to show that she's giving rice.
I also want to talk about
I don't think it's actually the default.
No, hold on. And I know some influencers as well who get things like this. Yes. Somebody will just think and like I say, Miriam is respectable. I would like to give out, and I know she would do it. So let me come through Miriam. However, I want to see it.
But I don't think that's the same thing. It's not the same. I don't even think it's the same thing.
I've just said. Because you understand.
No. It's not different. What you have just said is very different from what I have. You're doing it on behalf of someone who wants to remain anonymous. The person is not letting his left hand see who his right hand.
Okay. So it's not the same thing. Okay, I'm just
so
the channel.
Got that. NGOs also tend to want to post about their giving because they know that they are getting funds from people.
We have to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll wrap up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
They carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba. Hope they waka with us for downfall.
They gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit no fit scatter. Hope na that pikin where they read ABCD and still get ogbonge dream for hearts.
Hope na the mama where they fry akara, we see the reason say
tomorrow go soft for her. Naija, your freedom na promise. Say hope go always come, no matter wetin happen.
Think fast, play smart, win big. Wike'S, the game show where every contestant gets the opportunity to win money. No long waits, no dull moments. Just quick questions, quick moves, and Wike'S. Every second counts, every answer pays, and everyone walks away a winner. Are you fast enough for Wike'S? Scan the barcode on your screen, and you just might get a chance to take your shot at instant fortune. Wike'S, showing Mondays and Fridays on TVC Entertainment.
Every clash of ideas begin the same way. Differences could be a disagreement.
Two voices, two views, standing apart.
Or an argument.
Welcome back. So, trying to, close this conversation, I would like us to look at the possible solutions. Maybe government will listen, maybe well-meaning Nigerians will listen and see what they can do to help, curb this menace. First of all, I personally would advise that begging is seen as a criminal offense. So everybody who is begging on the streets should be arrested, should be flogged. The people that are giving on the streets should be arrested and should be flogged. You know why I'm saying this? When they are arrested, we'll now sift out, okay, those who are really in need, the vulnerable ones, maybe the ones with disabilities and all of that, and we find a place to keep them. That also means that governments, local governments, state governments should begin to create, even well-meaning Nigerians can partner. Many people are looking for where to put their money. They are always looking for where to give. Once they mention something, all of that, Nigerians that claim they don't have money, they will have money to support
that's commercial.
all of this. I'm just saying, for the streets, I'm giving my own personal advice. So we can now build shelters. We can now have rehabilitation homes, because begging is a mindset. You cannot just take somebody out of what has been feeding them for a very long time and think that they will change. You have to reintegrate and rehabilitate their mind, as well as take them off the street. So I would think that the local government, the state government will look into how do we sanitize our people. When we take them off there, where do we keep them? How do we make sure we reintegrate them back into the society? That's my own solution.
So begging is actually criminal in a few countries.
It's criminal.
Many European countries is criminal. Austria, Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, but it's particularly very criminal in UAE. Both the giver and the collector, like you that you are giving a beggar outside and the beggar outside, both of you will be fined, will be arrested by the law, and the police actively monitors the begging. So I know that it is possible to criminalize begging and punish it, but that is in a system that has strong social welfare system, where you know where you can go and get your meal every day, where you can have a place to lay your head if you do not have accommodation. So I think it has to work hand in hand. In preferring solution for this, one of the things I feel the government can clamp down on in structured way is to create places where you can beg. Yeah. This is the only place you can beg. So that we know that if we want to offer support to people, this is where we will take it to. Take them off the streets.
You still want them to beg?
They will still beg. Nigeria, we cannot feed everybody. There's economic hardship. People will beg. The Nigeria of today, with the economy we have today, there would be begging. We can't until we improve the economy and provide a social welfare net. We cannot stop begging because there are people that need the food that they cannot eat. There are people that I've seen on the street that I felt this person. My mom is a very, very charitable person. She has plenty children, and she adopted a family. These people, I just felt like they're just begging. But the woman lost her husband, thrown out of the house. She was on the streets. So there are people that's the only, she doesn't know where to start from. One, she was depressed. There are many issues like that. So until we're able to provide the support needed in social nets, there'll be beggars. So where would you go to? So this is like, we have like a bus stop in this particular place, so this is where you can stay and beg. Then we provide, this is where we will take food too, for people to cook. This is where we will go to. Like that place is then, can we criminalize children on the streets? I've said this thing several times on the show. I said it last year, 2 years ago, like, no child should be on the streets begging or hawking. Not in Lagos, not anywhere in Nigeria. That is a crime. That is under if you have a parent, your parents should be begging, should roll on the floor, should wash cars and do anything. No child, no underage on the streets. I'll rest.
Which I agree with you. I second that. Criminalize children begging. Simple and short. We have a Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. And I think that a lot of work needs to be done with that ministry. I know when we hear about that ministry, we usually hear about them when it has to do with maybe a disaster happens, we're trying to move. But there is what happens every day in, people's daily lives. And we're talking, we need a register. I remember, I think a year ago, that particular ministry was talking about drawing up a register of vulnerable Nigerians, especially because they were talking about some amount of monies that will go to these particular families. So just drawing up a register 1 year is not enough. You have to also follow up on these families. Are they doing better? If they're doing better, they get off the register, you put others on it. These ministries should work hand in hand with the Ministry of Women and Children, Women Affairs and Children. So we're talking shelters. That's so important. People need to find a place where they can lay their heads. We don't have those. We don't have many of those. We need food banks where people can go and get food during the day or at night. You know, we need places where we find children who are just running around. A Nigerian should be able to say, okay, I know this, I live in this particular area. This is where we can get help. Many Nigerians, I've had someone call me and say, oh, there's this particular girl who is homeless and needs a shelter right now. Where can I go? I didn't have information to give her. You have to call like 2 or 3 people to say, okay, I know somebody. It should be so commonplace that you know, at least in your own vicinity, where someone can take a vulnerable person, a child or somebody that needs a shelter, even for the night until government or police takes over. So there's a lot of work that we need to do. Now, the second part of it, which is what you talked about, what they're doing in UAE, definitely. We're all enablers. We need to do differently. So there are, I don't know about criminalizing giving because, you know, that's, you think you've seen a vulnerable person, but definitely we need a mindset change when it comes to how we give. If we have a system, institutions where you can go and put money down or give, it's better than just having a group of people just milling around streets and communities and just asking them to come. It's either we're throwing food at them or throwing money at them. That one should be criminalized.
Okay, politicians do that one. So we can go?
There's this mentality of begging, and people who are used to it, when they grow old, they sort of forget that they are no longer in that category and go back there. I had a friend who's that they usually pick him up from the road. They will find him begging, the children will rescue him, take him back, and every time he goes missing, he goes back there. And when he gathers whatever he's begged, because now the children don't want to be part of it, he just takes it and gives to the next person, but it's something he grew up and he was used to from their community back home. So we see a lot of old people who's also lost memory of, you know, suffer dementia, suffer some old age illnesses, who are in wrong places and they just want to eat. This is the business of the local government, not that of the federal, or not even the state. To sift out these innocent ones who are lost along the road, who don't know where to be. And it's also the business of local government to enforce the laws against begging, to enforce the laws against exploitation of children through these methods, by seeing them, because they are right in the front of the local government. For instance, if you pass Alakija, you see these children right in front of the local government. Probably the chairman just drove past them and didn't do anything about it. So they must enforce, you know, these laws that we have against it. I want to close with the saying of the prophet that
give the local government their money.
We need to go.
The local government are getting their money. They've been getting their money. It's only on here that I know that they say they give their government their money. The local government must enforce it. I want to close with the saying of the prophet that the giver's hand is always above. It is classical. I've seen it everywhere. Even when that giver is being taken advantage of, it comes round to give. Their hands are always above. So you think you're wise, you think you're a strategy. You still find it at the end of the day that you've lost.
Thank you so much, ladies. This was a very deep conversation. You heard it. The local government needs to do better if we want to curb this menace and take them off our streets. And we too need to be responsible givers, you know, not just dash it out like that because you see people on the street. That's all we can take on this topic. When we come back, we'll move on to another topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
In 3, 2, 1, we are live.
Welcome to eSplash. I'm on the black carpet, and of course, it's Jubre of Lagos.
Well, that's it on Socialville.
When I say, I dare fool.
You already have Destiny Alpha. I know that.
I go shoot out for you.
You already know, guys. eSplash can be the best of entertainment, the best of energy, best of everything you need to get your day going.
It's eSplash every weekday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. on TVC Entertainment.
Keeping hope alive. We are the drumbeats that refuse to be silent.
Even when the rhythm falters.
We are the green that refuses to fade.
And the white that dares to shine.
Hope is not a stranger here.
It lives in our markets,
our music, and our streets.
Every dawn in Nigeria is proof that tomorrow is still worth fighting for.
Hope is a child in the classroom, eyes wide, with dreams bigger than walls.
Hope is the farmer planting seeds in faith, believing in rain and harvest. Hope is the youth unafraid to rise, rewriting the story of our tomorrow.
Hope is us. Millions of voices refusing to give up on the promise of this land.
Nigeria, our independence is not just history.
It is a call to keep believing,
to keep building, to keep hoping.
Now hope
they carry us.
Even when wahala they choke, we stand gidigba.
Hope they waka with us for downfall.
It dey gist with us for buka.
No matter the gbege, our spirit in no fiscal.
Thanks for staying with us. Nigerians on social media have dug up an old video of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, where he strongly criticized the practice of sending children abroad to study certain courses. The video has resurfaced just days after his son graduated with a master's degree in law from King's College, London. In the clip, Wike, then a sitting governor, questioned the rationale behind studying courses like law, economics, and English outside Nigeria, insisting that local universities are well equipped. In his words, he said, "Some of these courses you don't need to send them abroad. Why do I want to send somebody who wants to read law overseas when we have very good faculties in these areas in Nigerian universities?" This has Nigerians talking about whether politicians really practice what they preach. Ladies, what are your thoughts?
Is that a question?
Yes. So
you know the answer, no.
Then we should be going home then.
No.
You know one thing I like about Nigerians? They will dig you out. Anything you have ever said on this table, any day you go against it, they will fish it out. So this video apparently came out when they say, they sat back and they saw graduation. But I remember when this man was advising us, don't send your children to go and study things
was that
like
not when
English,
he was commissioning the River State University
at the time? Yes.
And the Faculty of Law that he had built massive building. Yes. So because law is in the conversation.
Don't be biased here.
No, because law is what we are discussing.
Okay.
I want to attest to Nigerian universities being very equipped to teach it. Because law is local. Wherever you like, if you like, go over there and study it. You come back to study to be able to practice.
Exactly.
In some countries, you study per state safe. So particularly, I think the US, every state, you write a bar exam per state to qualify to practice. Wow. And so the wahala of the double reading safe, go really help you like that. If you want to practice there, you have studied here, you go back there, take a few courses locally before you even take the bar exams. Here too, if you study, you come as a foreign student, they call them bar 1 before they do bar 2, bar 2 before they do bar 1. And then they come here, they will first of all do a 6 months Nigerian law course.
First?
So yes, before they can, that's at the law school, before they can then join us. So it's really local. And because of the kind of system we have, really, if you were to practice here, if that's your idea, law here is better for Nigerians. Really.
May I ask a
It's
question?
just that
I want to ask Nima.
It's an elite thing for Nigerian children to study abroad. Everybody that is rushing abroad is not because there are no local options, even in the private universities. It's because I don't want strike, I don't want, and then some people, it's just a thing of class.
Okay, Nima, I just
my
want...
child just came back from Cambridge, just got back from Oxford.
Just came back.
Okay, I want to ask, when they have studied abroad and you put them, you know, beside a Nigerian who studied locally, is there any difference in, you know...
Depends on where you're checking. So if it's about, if they studied abroad and somebody that studied locally, and the person comes here...
law specifically.
Law specifically, and the person abroad comes here and does not get abreast of law here, you will see the difference.
He will flop.
There's a difference. But if a Nigerian, you know the way we are wired, were to study here and cross over, they do thrive. Nigerians are members of the Queen's Bench. Practicing everywhere in the world.
Do you treat them differently? Do you feel like, this one is coming from abroad, he has a...
No, in packaging, a lot of things work when you carry foreign degrees.
And foreign accents.
Yes, and foreign accents.
So let me come to your thoughts on this when you saw the video and to talk about
Okay,
Nigeria.
so politicians are not the most... we don't trust them to keep their word, and it's sad, but antecedents, precedents, what we've seen, politicians have gone back on their words a lot. Politicians say, I'll never decamp, this other party, I'll never go there, and they would later say, I changed my mind, I go to the party. Today, a politician is talking against a particular person, like tweeting, doing interviews. A year from now, he has joined the campaign of the person and is marketing. He said, then I was blind, now I can see. So that's Nigerian politicians. So I do not take their words or their actions with a lot of, I don't put a lot of weight to it. It's disappointing because they are the ones that are managing the affairs of our country. But it's just that they've shown that antecedents over time. The one that shocked me was the price of his shoes. Like, people put out his shoes, the shoe of the graduate, the son, and they said he was wearing a particular shoe that cost about 2,000 something pounds. And then they now said what that cost is in Naira. And the truth is, the country is experiencing hardship at a rate that the average Nigerian will tell you. I took the story this morning. Even those earning more, statistically, what your 1 million naira can do 3 years ago, your 1 million naira, your 3 million naira is struggling to do the same thing. That is the Nigeria we are in. And yet, data is showing, according to the story I took last week, that Nigerians are spending more money, even as the country, people they say the country had. Nigerians are spending more money to send their children to school abroad and sending their for healthcare abroad. Who are those Nigerians? That's the question, and we're seeing them. 1%. We're seeing them. It is the privileged few. The privileged few. Your voice is always very loud in shouting that politicians should send their children to school in Nigeria. We've all said it on the show at one point or the other that the best way to improve our educational sector is to have our politicians send their children to school in Nigeria. Until we do that, we're not going to see much difference. And we cannot blame them because there's no law and they will not pass that law. I'm yet to see any assembly that will pass the law criminalizing them or penalizing them from sending their children abroad for education. If they can afford it based on their personal business. So that means...
They won't be in positions of power because we cannot separate personal business and...
Personal business as per, before I went into politics, I had this oil company.
Once you get into politics, because we can't separate it. Do you understand? We cannot separate it. Personal business, while as a private, you people are private individuals, citizens right now. You're running your own businesses. You can choose to.
But if I want to serve this country, I shouldn't be punished.
It's not punishment. You see it as punishment. So we are going to schools here. So we have been punished.
Yeah. So for me, my thought is, for me, because there's no law.
There's no sin.
Right, so they are not doing anything wrong, but ethically, you know, morally, I guess it does not look well. And because of that, you know, we can tell why we have issues in our country. It seems like we're not prepared. We're not ready yet. When we are ready to make this country work, we know what to do. Honestly. But we're not ready to make those sort of sacrifices yet. So because there's no law, has he done anything wrong criminally? No. He personally could have thought, you know what, I don't want my child to study abroad. The wife will say, for what? For what? With who? Maybe go have another child somewhere, not with my child, please. I can afford it. We can afford it. You know, so I can understand the sort of conversations that can go on in the family. I remember the former governor of Kaduna State that put his little boy in public school. We heard that child was in that school for a bit. After, when they quietly removed the child, nobody heard that the child was... I'm sure the mother did not let that governor rest. Like, is this my own child want to use as an experiment? I am not. So I get it, and I know that many Nigerians who, and it's not just very rich Nigerians who are sending their children abroad. There are many parents who are putting coins together and doing their best because they just want the best for their children. You know, earlier I was asking Nima, like how, if it was law specifically, but concerning other subjects as well, courses as well. How are you treated when you come back to your country when you have a foreign degree? That's it. So for that, that's what parents are paying for. You're coming back and then you're given a sort of privilege, you almost like a privilege because you're coming back with a foreign degree. There's also a sort of treatment. There's also a way that you are being looked at because of that. And it helps open some doors that someone who has studied locally does not get the opportunity to, you know, access. So those are the things that people are paying for. So until the country decides that it does not matter where you get your degrees from, everybody comes there is the same as everyone else, then you see that people may not go all the way out. But also, there's another reason why people are going out, not just come back and work in the country, is that the world is a global village right now. Everybody's looking for better opportunities everywhere. And if for any reason today they say, come and study, if you study in ABU Zaria, this particular course, this is what you can get anywhere in the world. You will see people from all over the world coming to Nigerian universities. So there's a lot that we need to do as a country that is ready and prepared to do better.
Let's take this call.
Okay.
I'll come to you. We have Yakub from Dokwemu. Good morning, Yakub.
Yeah, good morning, Obi.
Good morning.
And Mama Baby, good morning. Good morning. And then,
good morning, Yakub.
I greet you all. Guys, as you can see, the reason why our university is not going to be worked the way we want. This is in fact, I really love what Sister Topper said earlier. A politician that claims to be upright. In fact, for the fact that I'm his fans anyway, because he's a working minister, he's a working governor before he becomes a minister. That's why I'm his fans. But I was saying that you were former saying that nobody should send his children out of this country if you're a politician. But look at what happened now. If I even only weekly, probably, let's say 80% of them, they send their children out of this country to go and study. You know why? Why? Because they know there's not going to be a strike over there. And then when their children finish, they will still ask them to come and lead us. That is why nobody, as you rightly said earlier, those are our representatives and the Senate. They will never make a law criminalize that. They will never do that. Because all of them are thinking in their head, one day I'm going to become a governor, I'm going to become a minister. If I make this law now, the law is going to affect me. Let me not even chip this one in now. Can you imagine a serving minister? He knows what is starting, and then he's trying to become a university owner. A first president has a school in this country, university. Why is it going to be a clash of interest? You become a politician, become a governor, the next thing that you targeting is to own a school. And then meanwhile, the university lecturers are collecting salaries far below the councillors. Far below the councillors. And then the professor that taught our children in the district school, they're collecting the salary below what councillor in this country is taking. See, the only thing that can solve this problem is a situation whereby we enact a law whereby criminalize you. If you are a politician, you dare not send your children out of this country. But failure to do so, no, we are nowhere to go. That's the truth. They will continue to do that. If there's no law, they will continue to do that. Good man, God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Let me ask this question. Is this really about hypocrisy or an unspoken admission by the leaders themselves that they do not trust the system that they lead?
It's the same thing. There's the hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy is part of it.
Even private, they say the owner of private schools in Nigeria are having their children study abroad.
Wow.
But you own the private school, but your children are not in your private school. So there are many layers to the issue. And sad as it is, now lament we go lament. It's not going to make any difference per se. Maybe it shouldn't have posted. You know, sometimes people, I'm sure there are other graduates that other politicians whose children graduated that they didn't post.
Sometimes it's not that they post. Sometimes people take pictures of them.
Their children also post. They are news items anyway.
Imagine you go for your own child's graduation and then you post.
You just take
no, it's not Wike. Wike
post with
it's not the category we post. Whether newscaster cast it, he will cast.
We have an Okpeyemi from Aleppo. Good morning, Okpeyemi.
Hello, good
Arepo, Ogun State. Good morning. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm happy to be connected. I've been an ardent listener.
Oh, wow.
But this is my first time calling.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. So on the topic at hand, even the previous one, we can see our deficit in the governance over time. It is sad that people that occupy political offices are two-mouthed people. They say one thing and they do the other side of what they've always been saying. I'm not against a government official or anybody sending their children abroad. It is a normal thing. It should be a normal thing for everybody who can afford it. But then, what is the state of our institutions across every state? What have they been doing over time? Wike has been governor, from chairman to governor to deputy minister now. He should come out and tell us how many state schools he has built, what he has done. It's not about gaslighting, doing roads and all of this infrastructure. I say in Ogun State, I can barely see public school around me. Barely. Public school. Is it health we want to talk about? We use private facilities. So it is not a crime for them to send their children to school. But doing it at this time and putting it on our faces, people that cannot afford it, people are dropping into poverty by the day.
You say it's not a crime. Let me ask you a question. You say it's not a crime, but it's our taxpayers' money now. Don't you think so?
Yeah,
and we cannot separate
my
it.
take is, if they are doing it legitimately, based on what they are earning, it is not a crime. But doing it from what from the money they are getting illegitimately is a crime. So don't let us miss it.
Yeah, but how do we now? How do we determine the money they are getting legitimately and the one they are getting illegitimately?
That is just the third part of it.
That's
we cannot trust them over time. There is this trust deficit.
Yes.
We don't trust our politicians.
Yes.
And again, sorry, please, quickly. Nigerians should be abroad to those people over there. How many foreigners do we have? How many foreigners do we have in our institution? That's
not anymore.
They have failed.
Not anymore. Thank you so much for your contribution. Yeah, so I understand what he's trying to say, but I am still of the opinion that if you are in a position of authority to instill trust in whatever you are doing, whatever you are pushing, is to use the same thing that you are doing. When you feel like I am so rich, I can afford to do anything, then you will not take up leadership positions. You will not take up leadership. Stay as your business consultant or whatever it is, and send your children. Nobody is going to disturb private people.
It won't make much of a difference.
No, it will make a difference. Let me tell you why it will make a difference. Then you can tell me why you think it will make a difference. If the governors and the senators and the leaders have their children in our schools, you think those schools will not work well? They will work well. So if they use our hospitals, you think the hospitals will not work well? They will work well because they are using it. And because naturally human beings are selfish, you want where you used to be one of the best. You will put in the effort that is needed to be put in to make it work.
Yeah,
so
that point we have always made, and I think is actually
that's
we
the
all
only
know. But what I'm trying to say is, because we're talking about Wike here, and if we single out one person, whether a person does it or not, it will not make much of a difference. It has to be a system.
Yes.
It has to be in the law. If you say some people should take up the thing, a private individual obligation to do it, it will not make much of a difference. So that's what I'm saying. It has to be made a law. You know, I look at leaders in other countries, especially the United Kingdom and the United States, and you hear them talk about the schools that they go. They're usually local schools, schools that are local to them in their country. A few of them will maybe go to the UK or something like that, but all for more education.
Additional.
But there's a thing of pride to say, this person went to this American school, and the 3 other presidents came from that American school, or this one too, and then their children are in those schools. So those are the sort of legacies that we need to see with our education as well. You know, so one person to do it, I promise you, will not make a difference. In fact, the person will feel cheated if the person does it with his children, and then another person comes up and we're not ready. When we're ready,
we need
know
a system.
What to do.
We need it passed into law.
I need so let me talk, because our politicians have been saying these things since, you know, go make
they
any
know
difference.
better than us.
So let us talk to the Nigerians. When Nigerians begin to feel, when they understand, you know, right now there was a protest. South women are protesting that the federal government should speak of what's happening in Rivers State.
Yes,
you can see. All of you that protested, how many of you can afford to send your children abroad? If you get sick, which hospital are you going to go to? The people you are fighting over and killing yourself over, when their children are ripe for university, they send them abroad. If they cough, they go and take their cough medicine in London. So you are killing yourself, going on the street, protesting on behalf of politicians whose life is being, their medical record is in Obodo Oyinbo. Open your eye for yourself. Nobody needs to tell you. Do not become a pawn in what is going on, taking sides, fighting each other, fighting people in Rivers that are fighting themselves. Taking, I'm Wike, I am team Fubara. When in actual fact, Ati Wike, Ati Fubara, all of them, when the chips are down, the risk is on your own children. Fight for the governance in your state. Fight for the governance of your own country. Do not start taking partisan position, because it does not help us in any way. Let's hold our people accountable. Let's vote out people. Vote out people that you feel like they're not representing you. Don't sell your children's future for a box of noodles and a bag of rice. Because that's what we're doing right now, and it's not helping us long term.
Mima, your final thoughts as we're going to our houses?
It's not the first time we've talked about it, and I don't see us changing anybody's choice of where they go.
Wow.
If Nigerians do not trust Nigerian universities, Nigerian universities will not qualify for top 100 universities in the world. That's the truth. If we do not, we who teach there, Nigerians who are teaching in Nigerian universities, do not carry the universities with the pride of Nigeria, nobody in the world will trust it and give it, you know, the place of top 100. Or the students who are in the school. You know, it's almost as if we come in, and then when we call the place, we forget that the people make the place. And we call Nigeria, Nigeria, and forget ourselves. I call with pride the university I attended, because I learned the best from the best. And I was not taught by a foreigner. And everything that I have learned has proven to be generally applicable everywhere in the world. And the truth is that packaging with a foreign university would not have helped me in the career that I chose. So I do not understand, you know, the way we degrade and choose and degrade and choose at what we like. Our medicine is exportable, but it's not good for us in our Nigeria. Our doctors are graduates, they are exportable quality, but they are not good for our local market. It is our choice to not treat it well. It is our choice to not value it. And it's our choice to put it where it is today. Our politicians, who are also members of society, who are also members, we know how many people. Recently, was it Toko that took the news of how much was exported for foreign education, topping the list? It was ahead last week, topping the list. So Nigerians work hard and think, oh, no, not here. It can't be here. Our kids were caught in the war in Ukraine, studying there in Ukraine. At the time, was it because it was the best? It was because it was quicker. We do not want to create... We don't want to create Nigerian alternatives. We don't want Nigeria to thrive. We don't value it. We don't want our kids to go to school here. We don't want anything here to work. It is our mentality. You see us on the street, we dump our waste right outside. We will not do it in the country we value. We do not want it to work. We want our waste to be on the street. We want to be able to take a picture of it so that Aisha will go and say that they are beggars on the street. This is how we want our country, and this is how we have groomed our country.
We deliver
until we want better. Only us can deliver ourselves.
Only us can deliver ourselves. Are we ready to deliver ourselves?
Only us.
But we're still going to be preaching this
we're
for
not
the
ready.
longest
We are waiting
time.
for our turn so that we too can do what they're doing.
Wow, God help us. So thank you so much, ladies, for your contribution. It's been quite enlightening to have this conversation. But I think we are saying that we are the only ones that can save ourselves. Nobody's coming to save us. So if we want our country to be recognized, we have to do better.
Yep.
We want our, professions, schools to be recognized everywhere else in the world. We have to do better. We have to be involved in it. We have to be a part of it, especially as leaders. You set the example. Growing up, we used to have commissioners' children in our classrooms, governors' children in our classrooms. Even in the university, I was in school with some governors' children and commissioners' children. Today, you don't see them anymore. Everybody is abroad. So we need to do better as Nigerians. That's all we can take on the show today. We'll see you again for another fantastic show tomorrow. Bye-bye now.